Welcome back. It's 12:23, and we are keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Debby as the slow churning storm is still lingering along the East Coast. This is satellite imagery of Debby as it creeps over South Carolina and the southeastern U.S. It made a second landfall overnight. The death toll is also rising as the storm is now responsible for 7 deaths. Tropical storm warnings are in place right now. And flooding is also a serious threat. This new video showing a car driving through the water in South Carolina. The scene very similar across both of the Carolinas. Our Chelsea Torres is in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we understand some parts of the state could receive up to 15 inches of rain. Chelsea, tell us what you're seeing.
Hi, Sylvia. Well, I can tell you just in the last 20-30 minutes, the rain has died down, which is so interesting because all night, all morning, Raleigh was getting completely slammed with torrential downpour. The interesting thing right now, though, is that there's a slight breeze that's been going through the city. There's even been down power lines, down trees. So it's not just the rain that's been affecting people here. There's also been tornado watches. We know that the city here in Raleigh had to respond to a few dozen of down trees in the area, and the energy company out here has also had to respond to a few down power lines. The governor did activate 350 National Guards men, airmen and soldiers. He's also had water rescue teams on standby. The thing about Raleigh and North Carolina is that there's low-lying areas, a lot of creeks and a lot of low water beds that could really fill up if there's enough rain. I spoke to one woman who lived on the North Carolina coast when she was younger. She said that in 2018, it was Hurricane Florence that really made a huge impact on her. She actually lost her family home because Florence brought in about 4 feet of water inside of her home. Now she lives here in Raleigh. She said she tried to prep as much as she could just in case Debby brought more than just rain.
Retention pond in my backyard, so I'm not overly worried, but I did go ahead and do my hurricane grocery shopping, getting some essentials. I know the winds can get really bad and the power outages tend to be high, so that's, I feel like, most of the people I've seen social media wise, friends that we've chatted about, is just making sure we're prepared for the wind and power outage.
Now, if there's one thing that has actually gone up, it's the power outages throughout South and North Carolina. The main energy company out in these 2 states have already seen nearly 130,000 power outages. One thing that's also interesting, a way to prevent any of the flooding here in a lot of neighborhoods, the city of Raleigh released about 60 million gallons of water from their lake, and that lake kind of receives water from a few of the creeks here in Raleigh. They said that with all of that water that they were able to release in the lake, it would fill up to about 120 Olympic-sized swimming pools. People are still going about business as normal here in Raleigh, especially since the rain has let up. So we'll see if it stays like this for the rest of the day. In Raleigh, North Carolina, Chelsea Torres, Fox 32, Chicago.